those aren't as relevant, but so just tell me your name, where you work, what kind of work you do, and then how long you've been in Extension for.
Okay. And should I look into the camera? Or?
Yeah, you can kind of look at me.
Okay.
I'm pretty much in the
Perfect.
camera. So.
Okay, cool. So my name is Tiffany Hopkins, and I coordinate the Women Owning Woodlands Network and then also the Master Woodland Managers Program at Oregon State University for the Forestry and Natural Resources Extension Program. And I have been in Extension for a little over 4.5 years.
Great.
Yeah.
Is there a piece of advice that someone's given you that has really like kind of resonated with you, or that you later on thought about and thought, wow, that was a good piece of advice? Like maybe you didn't actually kind of take it to heart at first, but later came around to it or something.
Yeah. Definitely that you should not say yes to every single awesome project that comes your way. That was probably something that at the beginning I was like, I want to do everything, and then it was quickly like, oh, I need to make better decisions and listen to that advice of choosing things that way I can be better at all of the things I'm doing instead of just kind of partly doing some things. And yeah.
Cool. Let's see. And what so what kind of forest land owners are you working with, or what kind of stakeholders, or who's your audience, and how do they differ? Like, how do the different audiences, how would you loosely define them? Because one of the things is I hadn't asked a lot of people this question, but now I'm starting to ask people this question because it's good to hear about what kind of audiences there are, because they're so different even in forestry and in natural resources.
Mm-hmm. So I guess loosely I would say small woodland owners. Those are the only people that I'm really working with. And then I guess maybe more specifically with the Women Owning Woodlands Network, it's female small woodland owners. With the Master Woodland Managers, it's both male and female. It's typically more retired age people in both of those groups. Yeah, does that answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about how you approach the Women Owning Woodlands, like a workshop or a group with them versus the Master Woodlands.
Okay. Yes, so how I approach workshops for both of those groups is very different. With the Women Owning Woodlands, it's a peer learning network. So I focus a lot on that peer-to-peer education and allowing time for the exchange of ideas and knowledge amongst the members of that group. However, with the Master Woodland Managers, it's much more of a top-down approach. So we bring in experts, and I do that with WowNet, also Women Owning Woodlands Network. But there's still a lot of peer learning that goes on with the Master Woodland Managers, but it's very like bring in an expert, they give a presentation, go out in the field, and they're learning from those people, and then there's less of that peer learning, though there is always a component of that, but we focus on that with the Women Owning Woodlands Network.
And why would that be? So why are the women, like what are your typical women who attend the Women Owning Woodlands like?
So the reason that I do that is because of feedback that I've received from those women. That's something that they're not seeing in a lot of their other groups or meetings that they attend. So it sets WowNet apart from other organizations or meetings that they're going to, and that's what keeps them coming back. A lot of them will say things like, I don't have friends that are tree nerds and want to talk trees with me, or that understand these set specific issues that I'm going through, and so allowing for that time and that space, it's comfortable, and a lot of them don't feel as comfortable participating in discussions at those other entities or group meetings that they go to, and this is a safe, welcome space for them to do that.
I know that's kind of an obvious definition. I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's good to hear.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah. I know what you're. Yeah.
And how do you balance, like, so you've been doing this for like 4.5 years. So do you feel like you're getting a handle on your job, and then how do you balance like work and home life?
Oh. Sometimes I feel like I don't balance work and home life, and then sometimes I feel like I'm doing awesome at it. So, I guess to answer your first question about like having a handle on my job, I feel like I get a little bit more confident in that aspect after every little bit of time passes. I am feeling more confident and comfortable in my position, but I still appreciate the fact that I am nervous to come to things like this or to present, because I think that means that I'm still challenging myself and trying to be better, and so I don't really ever want to lose that. And then as far as work-life balance, I try to do a really good job of like, I mean, all of this stuff that I'm offering is mostly weekends and evenings, and so then that's taking time away from my family and home life. So I try to keep track of that, and comp time. So if I work on a Saturday, like try to take some time on Tuesday or something like that. And I have a unique situation in that my husband is a firefighter, so he has a weird schedule, so I can take a Tuesday off when he has a Tuesday off, and it really works for me, and I value that a lot, and a lot of people don't get that, so I appreciate that. Yeah, I guess just mostly trying to keep track of that, and my supervisor is insanely receptive to that and encouraging of doing that. I feel like he's a lot more receptive to that than some of the other people that we work with. There's like, feels like a constant pressure of more work, more projects, taking that stuff on. But I think also I kind of got that at the beginning of my career, and like they want me, my boss wants me to stay here and do well in what I do, and so if I burn out early in the beginning and take on too much, then I won't love my job. And so if I can hold on to that for as long as I can and try to work on that work-life balance, even just talking about it and knowing that it's a thing and a big issue in extension, I think has helped me keep an eye on it and not let it get too out of hand. But
Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.